I'll ask Dr. Balance later and he'll tell you. You're tuned into Caffeine and Aspirin. I'm Nick. I'm having a jolly good time. I almost feel like I'm flying. And something I wonder is, have you ever wanted to try your hand at flying trapeze? Because it's a spectacular and unique hobby with benefits including conquering fear of heights, building confidence, increasing physical strength and fitness. In the past, members of Wellington's performing arts community and members of the public with an interest in trapeze have been able to learn from Wellington Flying Trapeze, who had a rig installed in the Circus Trust hub in Newtown. The rig sustained damage, and together Wellington Flying Trapeze and the Wellington Circus Trust are working to create New Zealand's only year-round flying trapeze facilities. And joining me in the studio to enlighten us about this mission this morning is Miriam, the president of Wellington Flying Trapeze. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Ben, who's an instructor of flying trapeze.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Maybe after this you guys can teach me some tricks. How did you first become interested in trapeze, Ben?
I started out climbing when I was young and climbed for about 10 years. And then when I moved to Wellington, the climbing scene's not so hot here. And
Where did you move to Wellies from?
I moved to Wellington from Auckland, where I was studying, and then I'm from Whangarei originally.
Yeah.
And when I got down here, I started doing adult gymnastics classes, which actually has very little to do with gymnastics and much more with just playing on the gym gear. So that means you get a lot of people. You get a lot of like cheerleaders and circus guys and parkour guys. And I met some circus guys there, got involved in circus that way. And then when the flying trapeze rig went up, was straight on that. And I was teaching classes in like 6 months.
Wow.
And picked up the basics very, very quickly.
Did you pick up the basics quickly because you were already trained in kind of circus and strength work? Do you think?
I already had...
And you were over the heights thing from
I pretty
climbing?
much had the right build. I didn't have any of the fear. I didn't have any of the nervousness, so I was quite happy to commit to moves and just see what happened.
Wow.
And I was quite happy to trust someone holding my lines from climbing, which isn't necessarily something that people have straight off the bat.
Right.
So progressed fairly quickly, yeah.
And Miriam, everyone can do trapeze, right? It doesn't have to be Ben with the perfect build and like the no fear of heights.
No, Ben does have a perfect build for flying trapeze, but yeah, the amazing thing we see is a huge bunch of people coming through and doing classes at the Circus Trust. And during the time with Wellington, with the flying trapeze there, yeah, we had people of all ages, all different types of strength in their body. And flying trapeze, it does need some strength. So people usually are a little bit fit when they get up to do it, but actually we see this huge progression between people that aren't, too sure if they can do it, and they get up, and after a few classes, they're just amazing.
I imagine the day after your first time on the trapeze, you'd have some seriously sore arms.
Not necessarily sore arms, but you definitely will feel it through your shoulders and feel it through your core.
You also feel it in your abs. Trapeze really, works your abs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Can one of you tell me what happened to the rig that previously was at the Circus Trust, Ben?
So we had Emmy Verscheding's outdoor rig. And so an outdoor rig is built up from the ground. You have poles going up, everything hangs off the poles.
Okay.
And then you strap the poles to the ground to keep it balanced so it doesn't just fall over. If you do that outside, you have whatever rigging points you want. You can take your lines out that hold the rig up, nice and wide, good angles, not a lot of tension on the cables, not a lot of tension on the poles. Everything's in a nice balance. But when you put it inside and you've got a much smaller space to work with and much fewer anchor points, it means that you have to have more tension on the cables, push more tension on the poles. And we found that the poles started to bend under the tension, and once they start to bend, you can't really get them straight again. So as soon as we saw the first bends, it was just a matter of time until it was going to kind of become unflyable. Everything's going to be a bit sideways. You can't line it up. You go to catch, and he's 1 foot further left than he should be.
Which is no doubt not an ideal situation.
Became very awkward, yeah.
By golly. Tell me about the plan to create a year-round trapeze facility.
Yeah, so what we're doing right now is we're fundraising. We're looking for about $25,000 altogether, which sounds like a lot.
It's a small price to pay.
It is a small price to pay. And actually, it's very cost efficient compared to a lot of other of these activities. We've done really well so far. We've raised just over $4,000 with just a few weeks of fundraising. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be looking for applying for grants once we've got our kind of first step underway. So our initial idea is, let's get $5,000, which we're almost at. That lets us do various engineering reports and so on. And then we're in a really strong position to apply for grants from people like the Wellington City Council to get a new rig in place. We're really hoping for by the end of the summer, which
Cool.
fingers crossed will happen. And that's going to be purpose designed for the space. So taking all those safety considerations that Ben was talking about. And yeah, it'll be open year round. There'll be a variety of classes and hopefully a chance for everyone to come and give flying trapeze a go.
Cool. And Ben, you were talking about when it's outdoors, it starts from the ground up, the building process. Is it different indoors?
Yeah, if you're indoors, then your main pieces of structure that you can work with are from the roof. So in the Wellington Circus Trusts, there are big I-beams across the ceiling, which can take a lot of weight and a lot of tension. So we'll build down from the roof and tension everything back into the ceiling. And then it's much easier. It's a much easier process going from there. So you'd have your net would be tension from the ground, but that's fine because your net isn't that high off the ground in the first place. And then everything else is up into the roof. Makes life a lot easier if it's purpose built like that.
Nice. And the idea is that it will be used by people who just want to give it a go and also people who train for this sort of thing, like WOW's coming up. Is people who work with aerials, do they use those kind of facilities?
Yeah, well, because we're part of the Wellington Circus Trust, there's access to a range of facilities. And actually, Wellington Circus Trust has got a whole bunch of performers who are taking part in WOW right now. So yeah, there'll be classes for absolute beginner levels, anyone who wants to give it a go. And we'll usually be running those through the Wellington Circus Trust programme. Maybe, I think we've got at least 4 or 5 terms a year, so various chances to get involved. And then also, yeah, there'll be professional performers who'll be training on it as well. So yeah.
Cool. And I suppose the difference between setting something up outdoors and looking at something indoors in a city like Wellington, it gives you the opportunity to do this all year round and with no concerns about poles bending and people moving 1 metre to the right.
And weather as well.
Yeah, it used to be in Shelley Bay, the outdoor rig, and it was
Wow.
very, very tricky because it would look like a nice day and you go, oh yeah, we'll go on for Saturday, it'll look good, and then of course it's blowing a gale and you're like, oh, this is actually going to be very difficult.
Can you still trapeze when the wind is blowing?
Depends how determined you are and depends where the wind is coming from, but if you're
Right.
throwing a really high trick
Not a
and the
good
wind is
idea.
coming directly from your left, you will travel.
Oh my gosh, that sounds positively awful.
Yeah, I mean, in lines you'd be okay because whoever's pulling lines can just pull you back to the middle. But if you're not in lines, you're gonna go off the side of the mats.
Whoa. Something
So-
I'd like to know as someone who does have a fear of heights and has never been on a trapeze is what does it feel like to swing on a trapeze?
It's very freeing to swing on a trapeze. The scariest part of being on a trapeze, from teaching, and I've taught this in a lot of places, in a lot of countries, and you will see everyone's scared of the ladder and being high, but no one's really scared once they're on the trapeze. And they'll swing and scream for a little while, but there's very, very few people who scream consistently back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They scream when they take off, and then they go, oh, I want to swing. Oh, that's fine. I've been on swings before. That's great. And that's always the thing. If you look at a playground with a lot of different things that kids can go on, the swings are always gone.
Yeah.
Everyone wants
There's
to
a line
play
for those
on a
babies.
swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The swing is just where it's at.
But it's quite amazing how many people who are afraid of heights get up and give it a go. And to begin with, you think, really? Are you sure you want to do this? And it's amazing how many people we see, they get up and they take a while to kind of jump off the platform, which is when you're holding onto the trapeze. And they have to really gear up for it. But once they do it, yeah, it's just amazing. And so we have some, people, students who are still afraid of heights, and it's still a little bit nerve-wracking for them every time, but I think they're just really proud of themselves because they get up and they get through that.
Do you, when you first start teaching young people and things, is there sort of levels that you work with height-wise? Does everyone do it from the same height, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you had like a smaller rig, if you had a low cast or a petit volant, depending where you're from. A petit volant just as French means small flying. Flying trapeze is a French apparatus.
Yep.
Jules Leotard came up with it many years ago. But if you had a low cast, then that's like a much lower rig. You've got a lower standing point or a grand volant or a full-size flying trapeze rig, which is what we hope to build, pretty much full-size. Then you have to take off from the same point.
Right.
If you're doing a massive trick, you might climb a little bit higher if you needed that extra height, but it's very negligible. So that's why you get a lot of people going, I have to go all the way up there just to do the basic things. Like, yeah, you do. That's where you start from.
That's
is
where
way
you
up there.
begin. Wow.
But it's
Yeah.
quite amazing that we have very small children get up. And yeah, sometimes they have to actually get lifted up by their waist to get up to the trapeze. But we can just about get anyone up there to fly. Yeah, it's really amazing.
I wonder if you could get me up there. I did that ropes course out Porirua way,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
the one time that I stopped and couldn't continue was when I had to put my arms above my head and hold on to something and swing along a flying fox. This I'd been on all these other ones where you hook in and you sit down, but I had to put my arms above my head and I was like, this is just freaking me right out. So I got rescued. So perhaps when you get this fantastic rig up, I should challenge myself to climbing up and having a jump off.
We'll definitely put you on there. I know a few people who you know will come along.
I'm scared now.
And I can vouch for the fact that we've got amazing instructors who are very patient.
There's
and
something
are
to be said for just being scared too, right?
Yeah.
We don't let ourselves do that often enough. Miriam, can you tell me just a little bit about the Circus Trust work and the other kind of classes that are run?
Yeah, well, the Circus Trust is based in Newtown. So there's a space just behind the Toifakari Dance and Drama School. So they have classes all year round, a huge variety of circus classes. And until recently, they had the Wellington Flying Trapeze in there as well. So they've got a whole bunch of classes starting in the next few weeks. So if people want to give circus a try, for example, from I think it's September 29th, there's a try all class, which lasts for a week. And there'll be other try all classes coming up soon. So huge amount of circus stuff going on, and pretty much welcome to anyone to give it a go and give it a try.
Awesome. If you want to know more about those classes, you can check out circus.org.nz. And let us tell the people how to support you in this fundraising effort. You've got a campaign on Give a Little.
That's right. Everything right now is going through our website, which is wellingtonflyingtrapeze.org. So from there, you've got access to the Give a Little site. Also, we've got details about our Facebook page, Twitter feed, and we're doing lots of updates about where we're at. But yeah, through Give a Little, it's a crowd sourcing type of website where people can donate with credit cards or debit cards online. And also on our main website, people can donate directly into our bank accounts. There's a few ways to support us.
And the idea is that once this rig is up, it's a piece of infrastructure that'll be used for years to come, right? Like
Yeah,
it's going
that's
to
the-
benefit people who want to avail it and also feed into our art scene, which is, we have a bigger circus scene than people realise, I think. And I
Yeah.
think when people see shows like WOW, they go, yes, okay, this is it. Last year there was a lot of circus in it and I was blown away. Super cool. And on October the 11th, the Circus Trust has got a little show happening.
Yeah, that's right. It's a show called Raw, which is circus performances, a mixture of our professional instructors, also some students. It's Koha entry at the space in Newtown. It's a really exciting chance just to see what we do. Sadly, no flying trapeze there because the rig's not there right now, but we have had flying trapeze performances in the past and hopefully we'll have again soon.
Cool. And it's your goal to have this funding by the end of summer, did you say?
That's our aim, yeah, we're
Cool.
aiming for the end of summer.
25 grand by the end of summer. You guys out there, listeners, you can help. For more information, wellingtonflyingtrapeze.org. Thank you very much, Ben and Miriam, for joining us today
Thank you.
on Caffeine and Aspirin. That was Wellington Flying Trapeze and Wellington Circus Trust. And as you heard, they are raising funds to install an all year round trapeze rig that can be used by members of the public who want to learn and members of the performing arts community. It sounds like a very beneficial thing to support, and I recommend that you do it.